They give up. I'm stubborn. I said I want to go to college. I want to get a degree. And I'm stubborn. My younger brother, the one that you guys met on stream, he moved from Panama here. He wanted to become a pilot. He faced the same shit, and this nigga just gave up instantly. Most people are not gonna do all that shit. It costs money. I'm making minimum wage in America. I could have easily said, you know, it's just not worth it. Let me just go work at a call center for the rest of my life. Let me go work at the fucking restaurant washing dishes. Let me go, you know, just be an ordinary nigga here in America. Let me go work at a warehouse. The Amazon warehouse is hiring. You know, let me go work at McDonald's. It's just not worth it. It's too hard. It's womp womp. It's too hard. It's too hard. Let me just give up. Most people, I'm going to say 85% of people are going to fucking give up. They are. There's too many steps. It's too complicated. I had no support. Nobody in my family's helping me. Nobody's taking me back and forth. I have no money and I have to pay for a bunch of stuff. I got to figure out how to fill out a FOSFA. I got to figure out all this shit. Most people are not going to do that, chat. They're going to give up. So, Kanai, you're right. They have the options, but most people are lazy, bro. That's what you're not taking into consideration. Now, talking to you, I can kind of tell that you're not a lazy person. You know? Most of you niggas in the chat are probably not lazy people. You might be a little lazy, but you're not going to be super, super lazy. You're not average ass niggas. But the average ass nigga is not going to use the internet to learn shit. They just aren't. He says, someone got to put the fries in the bag. You know, I could have easily given up, chat. So I did all the work, bro. I did all the steps to get in that fucking college, bro. I got in and I grinded, bro. It took me 3 years, but I got my degree. I got my fucking degree. And that's the worst part is the degree that I got, that shit was useless. I got a fucking degree in digital arts. Digital arts and photography. That shit was ass. I wasn't going to make no money with that shit. So then I ended up having to go back again to the drawing board and teach myself how to code. My whole life has just been me pushing myself to meet my goals, bro. He says, it's dedication. I did the same thing. I damn near about to drop out one time. But most people aren't going to have dedication, bro. Most people are going to give up. So after I got my degree in digital arts, I worked at a print shop for a while doing graphic design. I did photography for a while. And that shit was ass, chat. That was like $25,000 a year. Maximum $30,000 a year, right? I was a brokey. And I thought to myself, I cannot continue life being a fucking brokey. I just can't continue life being a brokey. I gotta figure this shit out. I see people all the time who are successful, driving sports cars, doing this, doing that. I need to level the fuck up. I need to figure out how to make money, right? And I had to go back to the drawing board, chat. I went back to the drawing board. Literally. I literally went back to the drawing board. Rob says, I learned coding in 1 minute with ChatGPT. Oh. The only thing is ChatGPT still hasn't gotten good enough where it can make a whole program. Like, it can make the components, but linking them together, it makes like sloppy code. If they can figure out how to make it not make sloppy code, then it will be GG's for me. But that's why I'm going back to the drawing board again, chat. If you guys haven't noticed, we've been streaming every single day. We're working on growing the platform because I can see the writing on the wall. The writing on the wall is that in the future, the only kind of money you're going to be able to make is entertainment. Entertainment is the new capital that society is going to be using, you know? Attention. We're going to be living in an attention economy. So I'm ramping my shit up. I got to become a big streamer before that shit becomes mainstream, before every single person is just using social media to make money, you know? I see the writing on the wall, man. I see the writing on the wall and I'm pivoting. This is what this is. Me streaming every day, me reacting to content, me growing my platform is me pivoting, you know? That's me pivoting. He says, luckily, I picked the right career. AI could never. Honestly, I feel like AI can take any job, bro. Even if you're a music producer, eventually you'll be able to do that. If you're a manager of talent, eventually you'll be able to manage talent. Eventually, it will probably become the talent. But I'm pivoting while the entertainment industry is still kind of safe. And hopefully by the time I become a big streamer and whatnot, and this shit starts to die down in AI and the robots start taking over entertainment, then I'll dip and I'll move to something else. Or I'll probably just be rich as fuck and I'll just move on to something else, you know? That's the thing. You gotta be one step ahead. I'm literally one step ahead, chat. I'm just trying to catch the fucking wave before it becomes a swell. That's all I'm doing. Catching the wave before it becomes a swell. Before the shit's too late. Most people, they don't have the vision to see where the direction is going and they get locked in. I think he's asking you what your career is, Kanai. Rump says they started using welding robots too. We still need people to run them, but it's coming. Robots are going to take everything, bro. They're going to take everything. They're going to take everything, and eventually they're going to have robots that have better personalities and that are funny than the funniest person. The robots will be funnier than the funniest person. They'll be more entertaining than the most entertaining streamer.